Take a look at what happened.
Yeah, they want Trump gone. It's obvious to me that they just want him out of there because his leadership style does not fit with their agenda. Now, he's not with, talking about Donald Trump, nothing to do with LGBTQ. And the elitists, the oligarchs, they want an agenda that depopulizes, or depopulation, whatever that word is, makes the planet have less people. So LGBT unions, there's no children coming out of that. He's also against baby deletion, and there's no children coming out of that. What they want, what they truly want, is a universal government with a universal currency, universal military, and universal religion. That's what they want. And they try to charge him and convict him, which they did do, and they thought that that would stop him, but it didn't. So they just try to take him out completely. You know, and you know, there are some people, my people, some of my people actually think this was a publicity stunt by Mr. Trump. Why would he do that? He was ahead in the polls. Biden helps him out just by speaking. And plus, I saw this video. I'm gonna link it in the in this video so that y'all can watch it and make your own analysis. It's pretty cool when they got computer animation and graphs and stuff and diagrams to let you know that this couldn't have been a publicity stunt, because you can't miss that small. There's no way that you could put a sniper up on the roof and say, I want you to shoot me in the head, but I'm gonna turn and I just want you to clip my ear. Nah, I don't think that's possible. But I do think it was an inside job, because, you know, weeks before the president or a former president visits anywhere, they case the area. For example, if they go July 1st to check out for an event on July 31st, they'll visit the site a few times, and let's say there's a trash can there on the 1st. No, there isn't a trash can there on the 1st when they go. And then they go on like the 10th, and then they see this trash can that wasn't there before. They're going to get rid of it. Or, I mean, I'm sure they're going to do something like that. I know they go more than one time, and if there's anything that's different than before, they note it, and they probably, I don't know, they do something with it. Like I said, you can't miss that small. And plus, look at this video that I found where they found a sniper up on the roof.
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, you see him? He's laying down. You see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And so I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look. There he is.
Easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals.
He's on the roof. He's right
dealers. We have people that should not be here.
Right on the roof.
It's much tougher than it happens.
You went right on the roof, big guy.
It's up here.
The people in the crowd were yelling to the cops, and they didn't do anything about it. And then further investigation I did, they fired there was a sniper on the roof that was set to take the target out, and he was told not to shoot. And when he came out and told his side of the story, they fired him. So, you know, I mean, if that doesn't show you that it's an inside job, I got this bridge in Brooklyn that I'm gonna sell you. Also, they tackled Trump. They would have, if it was a real assassination attempt, I'm thinking they would have tackled Trump so hard, with him being a pretty good sized man and rather old. He don't have strong enough bones to where a hip would have been broken, a rib would have been broken, something would have been broken on that dude, because they would have been so aggressive tackling him to the ground to keep him from getting shot. You know what I'm saying? So, and no way are they going to allow you to stand back up and pose for a picture. That's how I know that. Now that, when he put his fist up in the air, now who's he trying to appeal to with that? There's only one group of people who are synonymous with putting a fist up in the air. Only one. So who was he trying to appease to with that? But, you know, if it was real, it would have been like in that scene from In the Line of Fire. If you've never seen it, it's a good movie. Clint Eastwood, it's over 30 years old, I remember. Yeah, that's an old movie, but it is still good if you like suspense. Clint Eastwood plays a Secret Service agent trying to get this potential assassin. And, you know, at this scene right here, this is after it happened. And this wasn't, I mean, it is Hollywood, but still, this is about how fast they want to get you out of there. Like, get you out of there. Cover your head up and get you out of there. They're not going to allow you to sit or stand back up and pose and take a picture. No. Anyway, this is the guy that did it. Now, instead of Lee Harvey Oswald, we're going to call him Retardy Oswald. Because it's always some Paul Rubenfeld phenotype that does this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They found a patsy who was registered Republican to throw the people off the trail of the Democrats. That's why they did that. And, you know, I find it odd that they haven't spoken to his parents, or I haven't seen any interviews with his parents or anything like that. I just heard some classmates say he was a weird guy. I mean, how could you not think that he was weird, for real? But like I'm saying, I'm sitting on the couch for this election. I'm not getting off my you-know-what to go vote for them. The Democrats nor the Republicans, they're not offering anything economically to black people to give us upward mobility. And until they start doing that, either party, I'll be sitting on the couch for every single election. I got a feeling, though, that Trump is going to get a lot of the black vote because this assassination attempt and the fact that he was actually hit, felony convictions, and sneakers are going to get brainless Negroes to vote. He black like me. Or no, he black because he been shot and he got felonies and he likes sneakers. Like Bill Clinton, all he had to do was play the saxophone on Arsenio Hall, admit to smoking weed and not inhaling. Yo, he black, I'm voting for him. Nah, you stupid. You stupid. The reason you got all this infighting with the Democrats is because they know we, foundational black Americans, are sitting home on the couch. And neither party is offering anything tangible in this election. And the Democrats aren't even acknowledging the border crisis. Everybody sees Jim Crow losing his faculties. He can't win. Why? Because nobody wants to vote for him because he's not offering anything. And, you know, they want to run Kamala Harris. Actually, you know what? When I first started to make this video, Biden hadn't stepped down. But now Biden has stepped down. He's endorsed Kamala, but he's not stepping down right away so that she can become president. Why? Because the Democrats are racist too. They don't want to see a woman of color, to the highest land in the office. She was only hired for diversity. She was hired so boule chicks that are AKAs and have good careers, and, you know, a lot of the women in my family. So they went out and voted for him, or for her, I should say. So that's why he put her there. And she's not qualified, and she's not going to win the black vote. You know, black people are not going to vote for her. Y'all remember this?
Do you support reparations for black people?
Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination, segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit black children, black families, black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
She'll never get the black vote after that. They know it. That's why they can't run her, or that's why they're reluctant to run her. And if they do, she will lose. Like Drago said to Apollo Creed, you will lose. They're trying to run. I mean, I even heard that they mentioned that they were going to run Michelle Obama. And, okay, what demographic are they trying to capture with her? Okay? And, you know, that really shows how desperate they are. They're going to run a person with no political experience, none whatsoever, with a little over, I don't know, 3 months to the election. And on top of that, you're putting her in the highest office in the land. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. It's not like she's running for some local cabinet in a local town somewhere. No, this is the big time. So that just goes to show you that they're really, really grasping for straws. Yeah, but they're in a disarray because they know the foundational black Americans collectively have walked away from the Democratic Party altogether. And it doesn't matter who they run, Michelle Obama, Louis Farrakhan. It doesn't matter. And another thing I don't like are these Democratic shills who will be out of a job soon. They try to misinform, threaten, and oftentimes insult black people into voting Democrat. Or they think it's going to work, but it's not going to work. First, you got Joy Reid, and you got Roland Martin, and you got the press secretary. Her name is Corinne Jean-Pierre, I think her name is. And all three of these people are not foundational black Americans. Joy Reid is from Congo. Roland Martin is from Haiti. And the press secretary, she's from France. So they don't qualify for reparations. That's why they come out and speak against it. So, you know, I can understand why they do it. But I don't understand a guy like Van Jones, who's a Democrat, who is against reparations, and you know he's a real he's a what's it called, a bootlicker for them butter biscuits. He won't say anything positive about black Americans, but he was up on one of them CNN after the debate defending the migrants and all that stuff. I'm like, yo, come on, man, what's wrong with you? And then so he's on the Democratic side, and then you got Byron Donalds, who's on the Republican side. He speaks out against reparations. You got Wesley Hunt on the Republican side speaking out against reparations. And Tim Scott on the Republican side speaking out against reparations. And, you know, I said to myself, why would somebody be speaking about something that they would benefit from? And then I Googled who these cats were married to. Van Jones, look at his wife. Byron Donalds, look at his wife. Wesley Hunt, look at his wife. And Tim Scott, his girlfriend here, or his fictitious girlfriend. Tim Scott, like 53 years old, and when you get to be a certain age and you've never married and had a child or anything, people don't trust you. They don't. That's really the gist of it. They don't trust someone like that. So, I mean, his orientations come into play. I'm not going to go off on that. I don't care nothing about that. But he tried to march up his girlfriend. And look at his girlfriend. And see, one thing that these Negroes are really foolish about is they think if they present a Caucasian female as their significant other that they'll get voted into whatever office they want to get voted into. And if you really know the mentality of the good old boys, the GOP, your black blood is tainting this white purity. So they got the spies for you at the most extreme, but at the very least, you'll never get into the club. You'll just never get into the club because they can't look at you and trust that you're going to fight for, white conservatism. Why would you do that? Because your wife is white, but still, that's not you, and it never will be you. I just don't get that. So, yeah, I don't have nothing good to say about Negro Republicans who are against reparations or Negro Democrats who are against reparations. Any so-called Negro that's against reparations, they're playing some game trying to get something from a party that doesn't want nothing to do with them. And I kind of like to end this video on not really a somber note. We got this representative from Texas. I don't know exactly what her role was. I forget. But she's been in the Congress, or she's been in politics out from Texas for over 30 years. And I think her biggest accomplishment was when she got Juneteenth as a national holiday. And that isn't a tangible benefit. I tell you, black women are so hell-bent on being the first anything. All they want is symbolism recognition. Like the first black Supreme Court justice, symbolism. Nothing changes for anybody. The first allegedly, quote unquote, black vice president. More symbolism. Ripping down statues and all that. Symbolism. Black women are about symbolism. That's why they've threatened to tear up the Democratic Party if they don't get Kamala Harris nominated or make her president. And, first of all, about this Sheila Jackson Lee, the Democrats haven't come out and said anything consolatory about her demise, about her years of service, nothing. So didn't they say black women are the backbone of the Democratic Party? And you see, you really don't have, they don't want to run Kamala. They can't run, or no, they can't run Kamala. They want to run Michelle Obama, but she don't want to run. And when Sheila Jackson passes away, they don't say nothing. There's no acknowledgement, no anything. And y'all want to really think that y'all the backbone of the Democratic Party? But if you talk about leaving, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? But, the ancestors are playing a part in this. The fact that she passes away, leaves a seat. Biden can't string two coherent sentences together, I should say. That is something that the ancestors have, letting the whole world see that. It's just, this is a good time to be black and middle-aged, to be honest with you. I'll be 50 next month, and I don't have to do anything but sit back and watch. We done did our part by sitting on the couch telling the nation and the world what our demands are. Cash payments for slavery. Not no education, because they didn't take education from us, and we've been getting free education. And what has it really done for us? And also, where have you, I'm an educated man. I've never picked up a book in school that told me that I was one of the original people that inhabited this earth. So I don't want no religion that's been doctrinated by these Gentiles. I don't want nothing they got to say. I don't want nothing from them except them reparations.